Good morning, boys and girls. All right, here we are with our next chapter of rules called saying, excuse me, saying you'll do something means you have to do it, unless you have a very good reason. All right, that's page 66. Where we left off last, she was going to go over, invite the neighbors, and found out that the daughter wasn't going to be there. And so she ended up not even inviting them. All right, so here we go. In front of me, Mom holds David's hand as we walk up the ramp to the clinic. It's warm enough for the park today, I say, glancing across the parking lot to the strip of sun-sparkled ocean gleaming between Coastal Marine Supply and Otis's Hardware. After I give Jason his words, remember those 7 words that she wrote out for his book. After I give Jason his words, can we go? If David's doing well, Mom says. I watch the back of David's head and repeat in my mind, do well today, do well today. Inside, I sit on the waiting room couch, watching out the window. As soon as I see Jason's mother's drive into the parking lot, I unload my backpack. Word cards, sketchbook, colored pencil, CD player, and headphones. If you hadn't insisted on changing your shirt, we wouldn't be late, Mrs. Morehouse says, pushing Jason's wheelchair into the waiting room. And I had to stop for gas. Hi, Jason. I hold the cards secret between my palms, waiting for his mother moves his wheelchair up beside me. She walks over to a regular chair near Mrs. Frost, sitting in with a magazine. I whisper to Jason, I picked some words about me and a few words I thought you should have. But when I open my hands, awesome seems too flashy and bold for his book, and I feel silly for bringing it. Jason looks at me, ready. I wince, sliding the card into an empty pocket in his communication book. I drew fireworks, but my first choice for awesome would have been this. I offer my CD player to him. Jason doesn't take it. He sits there, his 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 Adam's apple rolling as he swallows. Help on. I flash look at his mother. It isn't fair, she's saying to Mrs. Frost. 40 minutes or so. Maybe I can do this myself. I pull the headphones wide, hoping to drop them over Jason's ears as my hands come close. His hair tickles the underside of my wrist and surrounds my fingers. I hold my breath to keep from yanking my hands away as I position the headphones. Placing the CD player on his communication book, I press play. Jason startles. Sorry, I roll the volume way down. Music, loud, more. Everything all right, Catherine? Mrs. Morehouse asks. I think so. I roll the volume up until faint. String guitar music slips past the headphones into the waiting room. Jason's jaw tightens. Like, guitar. Me too. I don't know if he can hear the headphones on, so I find me too in his book and tap it. Jason's head swings slightly to the music. Waiting for the song to finish, I rub my thumb against an edge of my word cards. Mom talks to Carol, the receptionist, explains something on the phone. And Jason's mother and Mrs. Frost discuss good restaurants that accommodate wheelchairs. Outside, a family wearing bright sweatshirts walks by the window. The father is stopping to take a picture. Tourist, I check my watch. If I hurry, Mom and I'll still have time to go to the park. I feel a nudge on my arm. Oh, I hadn't noticed the song was over. Sliding my index finger under the tap of the headphones, I pull gently. See that tourist family out the window? I ask, putting my CD player away. I think they're a good luck sign that summer's here. I hunt through my stack of cards to find a word I want. Good luck for the most. The last card I made, the one with the drawing of a girl's hand raised in a high wave, says friend. I have a new neighbor who's my age, I say. I haven't met her yet, but I'm hoping she's nice. He smiles. Catherine, Fred, friend. I do have friends. My best friend is Melissa, but she no longer lives near me. My neighborhood is mostly old people and families with little kids. Well, except for the boy who lives on the corner. He's my age, but he stinks a big one. Remember that card she made? I put that card as far from my name as possible. You have to be careful when you use this one. Last time I yelled this, I had to sit in the front seat of the bus. No, I mean, Catherine, my friend. My lips feel dry. I lick them. Though mom always tells me not to. Sure, I say, even I think of us more as clinic friends than as always friends. Seeing Jason's finger on the word, I wonder why he didn't already have it. And this is a guinea pig. I wait for his hand to move. I have two of these at home. Their names are Cinnamon and Nutmeg. And I'll put guinea pig right here next to sandwich because eating is what they like most. I slide the card into the pocket and I thought you might want gross. The lady I drew is eating cereal. But do you see the white thing on the spoon? It's a maggot. Jason curls his upper lip. It's even worse because it's half a maggot. I add the card to his book. And this word I picked up for my brother David. My other cards have the word printed small at the top, but the tall block letters of rule fill the card. David loves rules, so I use those to teach him. What rule? I usually don't share my rule collection with anyone but David, but Jason's different. David doesn't learn from watching other people, so I have to teach him everything. I open my sketchbook to the rules for David, figuring it's easier to show rather than explain. Here's some of them. You've heard some of these. Take your shoes off at the doctor, but at the dentist, leave them on. If you want to get out of of answering something, pretend you didn't hear. If someone is holding something you want, ask if you can have a turn. Yes, David doesn't even do that. David has his own rules too, I say, but those rules don't make sense to anyone but him. What? Those rule, I sigh. David's got a lot. One is the cellar door must always be shut. If I'm the only one going downstairs to grab something, he'll race over and shut the door. Once he even locked it and got stuck down there with a whole bunch of spiders until mom heard me yelling. And the worst part is, it's not just our house. David will hunt through other people's houses too. I can't help seeing it in my mind. David running down Melissa's hallway and Melissa's mother saying kindly, don't worry, Catherine, it's fine. That's the closet. That's the bathroom. Jason nods. Brother, me too. Matt. Is he younger than you? No. 5 years older. Oh, you're lucky then. You'll never have to babysit. As soon as the words leave my mouth, I want to swallow them back. Of course, he couldn't babysit. When you say something, this leads to a new rule. When you say something stupid, gloss over it with super fast talking and maybe nobody will notice. The next word is drawing. I pick it up because it's one of my favorite things to do. Looking for a good empty pocket, it hits me. He can't draw. Oh boy. But Jason's already seen the word, so there's nothing to do but slide the card into a pocket beneath my name. What? Guinea pig, eat. Huh? What? Guinea pig. Jason waits for me to say each word before he taps the next. Eats. What do guinea pigs eat? Yes. Oh, mostly they eat pellets from the pet store, but they'll eat almost anything. Once I left a library book too close to his cage and he ate half the cover. That was hard to explain to a librarian, let me tell you that. Jason laughs, a sharp bark like Canada Goose. His mother looks up from her magazine as I scan the room and sees everyone watching us. But I think carrots are their favorite. I lean away from Jason. They can hear me snap a carrot all the way from the kitchen. Jason closes his lips tight. Thank you, Catherine. New words? No problem. I stare at the rows of plain black and white cards and wish that all his cards were colorful. Would you like me to make more? Awesome. Tell mom. Excuse me, Mrs. Morehouse? Jason wants me to make him some more words. She walks over as I watch her eyebrows go up and her gaze sweeps Jason's book. How many cards would you like? She asks. I don't know where my voice comes from, but it says all of them. She looks surprised but hands me the whole stack. When she's settled back with her magazine, I slide the blank cards into my shorts pocket. I'm sorry. I drew you that today, I whispered to Jason. Don't picture me. I didn't mean any. Hi, Jason. For the first time, I'm sorry to see his speech therapist stride into the waiting room. How's his day been going? Asked his mother. Wonderful, Mrs. Morehouse says. In fact, he was so anxious to come to speech today, he even changed his shirt for you. How nice, the therapist says. We do have fun, 2 fingers tapping her nose, then swinging down to her other hand. Don't we? Jason sneaks his hand over his cards. Speech woman. Stinks a big one. I nod and tap very much. As his therapist pushes his wheelchair toward the corridor, Jason glances back at me. See you Thursday, I say. His therapist's voice grows softer the farther she goes. I turn to my rule collection and add, here we go. Some people think they know who you are when really they don't. And that's where we end on page 75, boys and girls. And our next rule will be, if you could only choose one, pick carefully. All right. Have a great day, boys and girls.